Hey guys, happy Sunday. Just burning a little Palo Santo, just for the effect. Clearing, the intent of clearing. I tend to like Palo Santo better than sage. I like the wood and I like the smell better. So happy Sunday, guys. Sunday, Sundae, representative of the day of rest, the sun within us. We are sons and daughters of the God source energy, the sun in the sky representing that sun within us, that portal within us, that love, that light, that eternity. And then the Sunday represents the sweetness. I remember growing up little on Sunday. On Sunday, we would go to the ice cream shop and I'd get a creamy. In Vermont, we call them creamies, the little soft serve, and I love that. So Sunday, I don't know if you guys remember, or if any of you guys are old enough. Back in the day, we used to go for a Sunday joyride, like with the family. We all pile in the car and go for a ride, maybe go visit grandma, go visit an aunt or uncle, and we would have like Sunday on Sunday, a Sunday or an ice cream. So that's funny. I never really thought about that until just this moment of now, um, how that has relevance. So I thought I would hop on today and deliver a Sundae message. I'm just seeing if I got my glasses here if I need them. Maybe not. Happy Sunday, Carissa. I remember last week I think you said happy Sunday and I didn't do my Sunday message. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. And it really is a day of rest. And what a day of rest is, not just Sunday, but it's representing in general, taking those moments to really connect within, to quiet the mind, to limit activity. And also growing up Sunday, we went to church and we weren't supposed to do like a lot of work on Sunday. Usually people had the day off on Sunday. And even now in certain areas, stores are closed on Sunday, but it's not a rule or an obligation. To me, it's just representative of taking that moment, that breath, and to connect to your sun within, your God source, creator energy within your heart space, within your sun. And then Spirit's been really talking about how we are really at a really intense, powerful, manifesting place in our journey on our ascension. So in the past, we were taught that, oh yeah, in spirit, things happen instantly. Spirit can think and boom, it's there. So as our frequency rises and we embody more and more light, what we are embodying and what thoughts and what desires and things from the heart that we're not even conscious of are going to be reflecting in our hologram. Our sun is literally getting brighter and brighter. And that just means we're activating and allowing more and more of our innate self. DNA is activating, light codes are activating. It is all of light and love. It is all within us now, but it's been dormant. So things have been slow and now things are speeding up. Hey, good day, Master Light Blaster, Lauren. Good to see you. Good to see you guys. Thank you for joining. You guys are all Master Light Blasters. So as a Master Light Blaster, we are reflecting and creating that reflection bouncing in our reality to get back at us in a good way. So we're always and always have been reflecting this light that we are. And sometimes we didn't like the reflection and that caused us to go within and maybe clean it up. Things that we don't like that are reflected are just there to show us something about ourselves that we're embodying or believing or acting out and at an unconscious level that we're not even in awareness of or conscious of, and that helps us to get attention on our energy and maybe clean it up a little bit, maybe not be so negative, or focus on the joy instead of, oh, what I don't have. Focus on what you do have. Focus on what is before your reality, or for reflecting people, places, things in our reality that are like causing in us. It is an opportunity to go within and say, hey, How is this energy reflecting something in myself? Where am I showing resistance? So, what I've noticed personally in my own life, amongst my own family and those closest to me, is when I am feeling conflict or triggered or arguing or chaos or drama or any of that, it is representing and showing me a energy within myself that I am balancing and reconciling and healing, and that's okay. Or an energy that is bringing forth resistance in me due to a belief or an idea or a concept, consciously or unconsciously. So truly, everything is a reflection of our energy. All is created by us for us at some level. And sometimes it's just a contrast to make us realize, hey, I don't prefer this. I'm going to take that path instead. It's all good. Literally, there's no right or wrong. It is all just an experience that we have created to align, to embody, and to allow more and more of us. I always use this image, and my friend Sandy Maraca, shared this with me, and it was coming up over the horizon over Old Orchard Beach, and she referred to it as her angel. Her husband passed, and that came to her, and it looks like now I get emotional. It looks like an angel. So what it is, it's our spiritual energy. We always kind of think of it out there, but it's not. It's in here, but it represents our spiritual soul coming down and lowering its vibration to have this expansive experience of ourself, of our God source energy, and marrying with the physical body represented by the little head, the little arms, the little feet. And we can even look at the cross. Well, all of that density and limited things that we do experience that is not part of us is what we came to carry, to transmute, to experience in order to infuse it with the light. And we are all master light blasters watching this. We allow the darkness to activate our light, for the darkness is a catalyst. It can trigger us or cause us to wonder, cause us to question, and then we go within and we knock on our door and we activate that light within to bring awareness. For everything is truly created in love. And as we allow our light, which is just our awareness, to permeate or penetrate any darkness, we're just infusing it with light. But that darkness also activates our light because it causes us to question, and then it activates answers, enlightenment. So they work in symbiosis. So right now we are operating and integrating as one. The polarities are merging, the yin and yang coming together as one power. Our spiritual energy is being embodied by the physical now as one power. The spiritual isn't any better than the physical. In the past, we have diminished the physical experience. Oh, it's lower, it's less than, it's of the flesh. But no, our flesh came to house and be the conduit of this further expansion of our spirit. So both are to be honored equally. One is not better or worse, for the physical was created from the spiritual. They are one. So right now we're in a time of great integration. And as we integrate, we are holding greater power because we're not keeping ourselves separate. Everything is of love, God source energy, ourself. We came for it. Dark, white, good, bad, negative, positive, whatever. It's all operating as one. And when we allow that, we become more self-empowered. We become more self-reflective, creative, confident, trust, all of it, because we're not separating any energy anymore separate from us. We are taking responsibility, stepping up our game, taking responsibility for our creation, asking ourselves, living with more awareness, not like a little robot just going through the motions that we might have in the past. And that's how you guys are master light blasters. We are self-activating. And of course, we're still activating ourselves when we see the reflections in our outer world, because at some level it was created by us for us. Whether, I mean, we can call it co-creation with another, and that is fine because we're all still connected to that energy of love. So it's really beautiful. So it really, really is. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Oh, and I like this. My son grew this, made this little bell. So happy Sunday. The yellow representing joy and confidence and that solar plexus, and stepping into our power and trusting our wisdom, trusting our discernment, taking action on that. All right. So happy Sunday, Facebook user. Oh, it's not Christy Burke. I don't know who Facebook user is today. It was Christy in the past because I see Christy's name. So we'll just take a nice deep breath and we'll connect to that highest frequency available to us now. What we bring our awareness to, we are literally shining our light. Our eyes, our being is this light bodies. So when we bring awareness to something, releasing the judgment and resistance, we literally infuse it with the love and light it was originally created in. So we're going to connect to our heart space. And when we allow that, then we just allow that light to be illuminated through us, through our awareness, through ourself. And then when we connect to it on that exhale, we're breathing life in on on the inhale, we're connecting and breathing life into it. On the exhale, we're manifesting the reflection of that, of all that we connected to, which is the highest frequency available to us now. Is it the highest frequency of all time? No, because we're always expanding and growing. Life is a journey. It's a process. It never ends. um, so we'll just take a nice deep breath in, guys. Deep into your belly, a little deeper, a little deeper, a little deeper. Hold it. Feel into your energy. See that light within your God's mind, eyes. And exhale. So that exhale, we're breathing life to be realized in our reality. And what Spirit has really, really been talking to me about personally and always, but it's about manifesting and how we manifest. So a lot of us will try to manifest. And as Yoda would say, don't try, do not try, do not try. And I never really totally comprehended that in the past. And yeah, we don't try, we just be. We just be that frequency that we are. And in that, we open up the portals, we open up that reflection of the light. We'll manifest or create or see things in our reality, or at least brought into our awareness that we were otherwise not capable of because we just weren't ready. Our frequency couldn't see it, or we were blocked by limiting thoughts. So this, as we enter that joy is one with love. That's our natural state. But when we follow the guidance of our heart, of joy, of excitement, of just following our gut, and you don't know why, but you feel nudged and following that. Well, first of all, you're allowing that by that. You're receiving your guidance, and you're also proving to the universe within is the universe without, that outer reflection. You're proving that you believe and you're taking action. That creates an anchor of that frequency in your reality, which creates more and more and more and more of it. So the more you exercise that discernment, that wisdom, that knowledge, and maybe share an insight, like me, I'm sharing my message, or write it in a journal. When you take action on your light, you bring it into form in the physical. That's how we can say manifest. But how we manifest things we want, it's not so much about trying. You can do it the old way, through hardship, through control, through manipulation, through struggle, through physical endurance. But we're being called now to create, to manifest, to live from a more effortless way, which is joy, which is energetic. Energy, frequency is the new currency, because it's in that frequency. We create a portal, an opening for the universe, which is our hologram, bringing that, the universe is bringing that into our hologram as a reflection of that frequency. We don't have to know the steps in the plan anymore. And it's a step-by-step process. This is something I've been learning step by step, baby steps, manifesting something little, then something a little bigger, and then something a little bit like, oh my God, how is that possible? And then step by step by step, we're building a momentum, we're gaining more trust, we're anchoring more into our solar plexus. And so it's that frequency that's creating it. And you can say, well, what frequency? Well, when you're happy, the sun's rays shine on all pathways. You can think of the sun. You can think of the sun. It opens up and shines. Its rays hit all paths, all areas. So like Abraham always says as well, our job is to be as aligned and in tune with our heart space, with our vortex, with our managing our frequency, our vibration. How do we do that? Through our thoughts. We are empowered through our thoughts. Because you could say, well, I can't change that. How the hell do I do that? Well, you can control your thoughts. You might not seem to be able to control your circumstances or your reality right now, but in essence, you are, by harnessing in what you don't want to create. Oh, it's pouring out. What you don't want to create, and densifying it by keep giving it that charge, that anger, that disappointment, that frustration. It is the charge that creates. So if you're in a high frequency, meaning joy, happiness, or it can just be peace, just peace. It doesn't have to be high flying, passionate sparks flying everywhere. It's that center, it's that peace. When you're in that vibe, then you open up the space for the universe to deliver those lighter frequencies. And it can manifest as a thought, as guidance, as an opportunity, as a person you meet, as a gift, anything, anything. We don't need to know the how. We just need to know it is our job just to stay in tune with our innate self the best that we can, our joy and our happiness, and to open up to allow the universe, instead of clogging it and blocking it with resistance, which just means untruths or thinking we need to take the lead. We have a bigger part of ourselves, and when we surrender to that bigger power, that light, that love, that God, that joy, we're surrendering to our highest good, our highest abundance, our highest joy, our highest of high, if that makes sense. So we don't need to try. We're slipping out of trying and forcing and operating from the physical to a more energetic allowance, is what spirit is saying and has been saying for a long time, forever. I asked, oops, sorry. I control my thoughts, and then, sorry, I can't stink and read, screamed it out to the universe, and the universe was kind. Ah, beautiful. And when I say control your thoughts, I don't, hey Moon, I don't mean deny your feelings, okay? So Christy was good about, I'm not sure if you were saying screaming, like if you were screaming in a fit or screaming in joy. It doesn't matter. It's still a frequency. But screaming with the intent of releasing and acknowledging and accepting is actually a high frequency, in that you're accepting that, you're allowing it, but you know there's greater beyond that. You're releasing it to create a space to allow something more joyous and peaceful to come forth. The scream of frustration is a release of all of the confusions and the um, thoughts of the mind clashing and interfering with one another. When we scream and let it out, or anger, it's not a bad thing. It's acknowledging it and releasing it and channeling it in a productive way. Knowing you're releasing it to create space is different than when you're releasing it and just angry and I'm just, all I do is create this and blah blah blah. Releasing it and saying, yeah, it seems like that, but I'm opening up to a new way of being. Finding that balance in that thought, bringing it into equilibrium. So every anger, every sadness, every frustration is such a gift, in that it shows us where we're out of balance, because our true balance is peace. It is stability. It is healing. Healing is our natural state. We don't need to get healed. We just need to allow our natural state. Beautiful Munazabi, Master Light Blaster, Christy Master Light Blaster, Munazabi, Facebook user. There is no failure without try. However, there is no such thing as failure. Each path is a lesson to learn. Yes, there's only frequencies, guys. And each path has a frequency. Each thought holds a frequency. Each experience, each manifestation is just a reflection of the frequency that we're allowing in the moment. And we're always evolving. We're always growing. There's always something to gain. It's a stepping stone to the next frequency. It's a step up in our ascensional journey, and that never ends. So be gentle on yourself. Allow all, because every step is necessary. We can't get to the 7th floor without going up the steps. Yeah, we can hop some. Like, I know when I go up a stairwell, I'll hop as many steps just for the fun of it. But I certainly can't hop from the 1st floor to the 7th. I do have to take a certain few steps. We can have these, and that's even reflecting these shifts. Sometimes when we take bigger shifts and leaps and bounds, we still got to go through certain processes. And that's all beautiful, because that's what we came. That's what we came. We can say that was our cross. That is what we came to bear, but it's also what we came to lighten up. It's what we came to lighten up through our light, through our experience. So it's all beautiful. It's no failure. I don't know who Facebook user is. If you want to tell me, you can. If you don't want to, you don't need to. Either way. Because sometimes I know it's people I know, but for some reason, sometimes when I use StreamYard, it doesn't show your name. So anyways, Master Light Blaster, Facebook user. There could be more than one of you, because I see quite a few of you guys. Grand Rising, Lauren Riley, Master Light Blaster. Get cash instantly, but pay. I think we're learning also, we were taught to work hard. There's a price to pay, and what price are you willing to pay? And I think as our frequency rises, that price that we pay, this is really beautiful. This is like goes against the grain. Our price to pay for a fulfilled life is joy. Ah, that is so beautiful. It's not strife. I mean, obviously, we have worked through those and we're working beyond them. They have served as lessons, as stepping stones, as steps in the process. But the true price we pay for the cash or the manifestations or the fulfillment or the life, it's joy. Because joy is the portal of high frequency that opens up for the universe to deliver that frequency of joy. And I was never taught to be like that. I was taught you got to work, you got to be disciplined, you got to be obedient. Disciplined and obedient to what? How about yourself? How about your heart? We're not taught that. We were taught to operate from the outside forces created from old energy and frequencies that we have outgrown. Maybe James. Maybe James. Usually he always shows up though. He always shows up. I can usually tell James, I usually can tell James' energy. I mean, that's something you would say. No such thing as failure, a path, and a lesson to learn. But I'm feeling maybe not, but maybe. Mystery! Mystery ray of light, mystery master. I like that. It's kind of like the mystery game or what? Mystery game, mystery date, mystery date. I lost you. Oh, I think it's me. Yeah. Let me know, guys, if you can hear me and everything. All right. I said hello, but you and mystery. I'm a Facebook user. I think Facebook is on the fritz. I like that. I like that. All right. So, what I thought, guys, is I'm going to read a collective reading. And if anyone else there wants a personal, let me know. I'm going to do a collective. I'm going to call it a collective power of three, not my power of three where I read from my book and stuff, but a power of three where I'm going to bring in three oracles for clarification. And obviously, spirit always piggybacks, bleeds. You can think of spirit as in light. It gets into every nook and cranny. And if there's a message for you, even if you don't donate, there's a message for you if it clicks, if it sparks. And spirit will piggyback and reach all of us in any way, shape, or form that you allow. So I'm going to read a Mother Earth heart card that represents our hearts are one with Mother Earth. I love this one. This one's like a miracle one. Our hearts are one with Mother Earth. She's the physical representation of our perfection, of our healing, of our balance, of our rejuvenation, of our death and life cycle, of our dark and night, even our day and night cycles. So Mother Earth is one with our hearts, and she, through the physical, is representing those physical manifestations that we create. So I'm going to do that one, and I'm going to do a collective conscious. I love this one too, or conscious spirit, sorry. It's called conscious spirit. So get some insight from the conscious spirit, and then I was going to do the wisdom. I just want to do the wisdom one. So this is telling us the wisdom gained. So the wisdom gained, it's almost like a power of three. So the wisdom gained, or you can say the energy transmuted, or the lesson learned, what we learned from it. This is what the heart experienced. And then this is kind of the spirit connecting the two. So it's like a power of three oracle. And if anyone does want a reading, and if I ever miss you guys, miss you when I'm doing a live, I'll always do a recording and send you a link. So no fret. Because I know sometimes when I'm in channeling mode and I miss comments. All right. So I'll just stick up my PayPal. It's Ria Barna 1224 at gmail.com, obviously. That's my PayPal. And then I'll just stick that up. If you need Venmo or Cash App, let me know. Then it's just Ria Barna at Gmail. But anyways, I'll stick that one up for now. And you guys are all really, really powerful because you guys are the ones creating this message. You're the ones reflecting this energy for yourself, but for all of us. And we all hold a specific reflection for one another. And within that reflection that you're holding, it's not just Christy on this timeline, it's multi-dimensional Christy forevermore on many timelines and many dimensions that she is reflecting energy for us. And all of us are doing that for one another and each other. But it's funny because it's also the energy that is ourself in a way that gets our attention and it is brought into our consciousness. Um, who's in the kitchen? Caleb, can you run upstairs for me for 1 second, please, and just get my glasses on my end table? Thank you. Just in case I can't read these cards. Yeah, so it's all works in symbiosis. There's no separation. Even in that, there's no separation. You guys are creating a message for yourself based on your multidimensional self, but you're also creating a message and a reflection for me, and it just kind of all works as one. That's so beautiful. And that shows the abundance of spirit. It's not separation. There's not lines of demarcation. It is all merging and blending into one love. Yet, we still hold our individual frequency imprint based on our soul's experience and all our soul's experience. And that is our support system. Every time we allow, we open up a portal, a multidimensional self to support us in this here and now. All of this, every time we open up, we embody more light. The light is allowing support from our higher self, another aspect of us. Is that not beautiful? And that is why it's important to acknowledge our resistances, acknowledge where we feel we need to justify, acknowledge where we think we need to speak and stand up for ourselves, because that is showing us a sneaky little part of us that still needs love and acceptance and balance. There's nothing to prove. There's only being that light, being that love. Thank you, Caleb. I am drinking Blu-ray water. Christy, I don't know if you're there, or Tamara and Gina, if you guys watch this later, maybe you will, on the Masters group. We talk about, it's a Blu-ray group. It's a collective. It's a collective like Blu-ray, Palladium, Andromedan, Arcturian, and that's kind of all part of that Blu-ray, that Christ consciousness, Jesus energy. And so anyways, one other thing before I read for the collective is, as we open up a portal, we're opening up to a collective self. You know how there are collective streams of information? Could be the Blu-ray, which operates in those energies, all a bunch merged together. Well, as we open up, we are merging with collective aspects of ourself to support this wisdom and this ascension journey. But in allowing all of these other little parts of us, we are reflecting that. This is so amazing. We're reflecting in that in collective groups, streams of consciousness, and every group holds its own stream of consciousness based on the individual, their multi-selves, and all the individuals in the group. So that's what's happening when someone is channeling in a stream of consciousness, like the seven, or like David, or they're channeling a collective, but that collective is still representative of all that you're opening up to on your timelines as well. It's amazing. That's the manifestation of you opening up to you. And then you receive this collective stream, or you are part of collective groups that resonate for your further advancement. And in that group, everybody is reflecting the energy that is appropriate to continue that expansion. It's amazing. And that's what the Master Light Blaster group is, in a more specific, zoomed in. The Temple of the Sun is more broader. It's no different than when I do, or when you go on YouTube and you see people doing oracles or a collective message. It's a little more diluted to touch everybody. But when you get a personal, it's a little more zoomed in on you. Just like a group, it's more zoomed in and applicable at a more concentrated, intensified level of your energy. Hence the Master Light Blaster group, if none of you guys have joined and you feel called to do it. Oh, goodness. Christy, I'm here. I'm literally laying in the sun. It's raining here. I got to start a fire to burn some brush, and I was waiting for the rain, so I'll do that after this. Reaping the rewards of oh my God. So thank you, Christy, for holding this manifestation energy. Literally laying in the sun, reaping the rewards of my manifestation today. I opened up my space for me today. I am reflecting right now. This is beautiful. And then I saw a blue aura with my eyes closed as you were speaking about the blue Pleiades, and now I'm getting all tingly. And An affirmation with my blue water too, Christy. And exactly what we were speaking, and Tamra was speaking about last night on in the masters group. It is so amazing. And that's how we are manifesting instantly too. We're instantly manifesting the reflections through synchronicities, through just, we call them coincidences, but it's so on point. It's not coincidental anymore. There's no way to deny it. It is an immediate reflection because we're reflecting more clearly. Our lens is clean. Our filter is clean. We've wiped it off through a lot of shadow self releasing, transmuting, alchemizing, etc. So now our lens is clean. There's less spots. And so our light is coming through our lens and it's reflecting more instantaneously. It's not having to go through so many layers of muck. Or, you know, on the ocean, there's always this sea foam stuff on the oceans, and ocean windows are always impossible to keep clean. But it's that film, and it's like we're clearing all of that off to give ourselves a more instantaneous, clear reflection. It is amazing. And as you speak that, I am sure that that blue array group collective consciousness is coming through today, because I have that blue. You mentioned a blue. I stuck in my in my bra a little piece of coral, which to me represents all of that portal and that collective stream of consciousness. But it also to me looks like it would be galactic. You know what I mean? Galactic. All right. So let's see what comes through. Let me know if you guys made a donation. And otherwise, I'm going to channel a collective message. Thank you for the sunshine, Christy. Just you being here and your comments. And again, you taking action on your comments. You are just building the momentum and densifying those high frequency energies, Christy, into form by sharing them. It can be something as simple as sharing our experience and how it relates. You are anchoring the manifestation, the form of these higher frequencies to be experienced more and more and more and more in your hologram, because you took action as well. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking looks. Facebook user, we don't reflect just looks, we reflect energy and spirit. Yeah. And that's actually what I was thinking. I was just only strictly thinking energy. I wasn't thinking looks. But yeah, it could be looks or it could be whatever you see. But yeah, I was thinking energy, definitely. All right, let's see what spirit has to say. I'm just looking here, guys, real quick. Oh, there's Tamra, Facebook user. Hey, Tamra. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I rewatched your live last night at the Masters as I was running this morning, and just really sucking in and processing that energy and then commenting. Because when I listen to something a second time, it's almost like the first time it activates, opens me up, and then the second time I'm able to like go a little deeper. It's almost like the game Operation as a kid when it goes yee, but you know, you're able to go a little deeper, a little more steady. Oh my God, I'm getting hot now. All right. Yeah, I was thinking it was yeah, I didn't think it was James per se. All right. So let's see what the collective has to say. Shoo. For the collective. So this is our heart. This is our physical desires, things we go through. Mother Earth. Our hearts are one with Mother Earth. Ooh, I knew it. I knew it. It's always that card. Okay. And shoot, I'll just pull the cards and I'll interpret them. The first card, and Tamara, I know you have really, really been understanding this card at an extremely deep level. It's self-love. Our whole journey up to now, guys, Spirit is saying, and now I'm getting all tingly. Our spirit up to now has been about self-love. And we could say, oh, self-love, what does that mean? And like as a younger person, I would say, self-love, what the hell? And so self-love is when you totally are connecting to your natural self. You're allowing it, you're accepting it, you're being your innate self. You are love. You are sacred. You are the temple of God, not just in spirit, but your physical body is a temple, and honoring its needs, honoring the senses, honoring its desires, honoring its when it doesn't feel like to do something, honoring all of it and not allowing the ego mind or even spirit to override it. Spirit would never override it, but when the ego mind is in between, it might take something from spirit and twist it to fit its previous beliefs. So it is about really respecting your body. And this is coming through for someone, and most likely me as well, where we take spiritual concepts and we might cause conflict with the human part of us. And it's about finding them finding them to meet in the middle, merging, balance, such as, say, somebody who believes in going to church, okay, every single Sunday and thinks God wants them to go to church, or though it's a sin if you don't, that kind of thing. That's how I was brought up. And the ego saying, oh, you got to go to church, and then the ego, and then the body might say, oh, then it starts bringing on guilt and shame if it's not following the direction of God, that it was the limited belief of God and thoughts. And so the spirit, you think it's the spirit making the body do something, but no, it's not. If there's a conflict, there's some balance, there's a opening happening in the ego, there's some reconciliation that the ego needs with the higher God mind. So it's that kind of stuff. Someone might be going through that right now, a spirit taking a spiritual concept, and then when it conflicts with what the human body wants or desires, there's something there, there's a growth, there's a self-love. There we go. It's a place where we need more self-love. You're denying the physical experience somehow, so that requires more self-love. That means listening, respecting, honoring, putting yourself first, putting yourself before another, things that we weren't taught. Wow, that was good. Spirit, thank you very much. Thank you very much, folks. I feel like Elvis now. Thank you very much. All right, so what we got here, this is all beautiful, because if you don't love yourself, how can you be an effective manifester? How can you be effective at creating the life you want if you don't love yourself? And you are love, and you're the manifester. So if you're denying yourself that power, criticizing, judging, keeping yourself separate from that power, how the hell do you think we're going to reflect that which we desire? You have to have unconditional love of self, and that means allowing all. Again, everything's just a frequency to be experienced. There's no good, bad. If you trip up, you make a mistake, you fall splat in your face, you lose it all, big effing deal. That was part of your journey. Pick up, pull up, the big boots, pants, whatever, and move on. There was something for you to gain. You needed that. So it's about loving all parts, all of your experience, and finding the beauty in it. And Mother Earth reflects beauty. And as we see the beauty in Mother Earth, even, so say you can't really love yourself. Like, I couldn't look in the mirror and say, oh, I love you. But if I go out in Mother Nature, and if that's hard to bridge that gap, look at something beautiful, because know that that's a reflection of you. And when you can admire and find the beauty outside in Mother Nature, or a kid or somebody in your reality, they are reflecting that beauty that you can't accept in yourself. And that's a beautiful way to allow yourself love, because it's hard to force something when you're not there. It's a process. You can't force yourself something you don't believe. So it's step by step by step. When you connect to beauty and love outside of you, know that it is a reflection of you. And anything that is not beautiful, that you're connecting to something outside of you, it is still a reflection of a place that you're denying love, something you need to love more about yourself. So it shows up in the higher end of the spectrum, in the lower end. If you find yourself constantly criticizing someone or judging someone, what about yourself are you not loving? So this is the self-love card. This is a heart. We're love. No matter what form, no matter how distorted we see ourselves or believe ourselves to be, we are still love. We still are symbolically represented by a heart. Love. Even though it's dried up, it's depleted, it's dehydrated, it's been run over by people, the tread marks, and it's been laying on a hard pavement. Even though you created that experience for yourself, that's how powerful you are, but you're still love. If we take this little pile and put it in a bucket of water, it's going to plump up, it's going to smooth out, it's going to feel rejuvenated. We can heal, and we have been healing ourselves. We have been allowing the love that we are to shine. And when we allow it and step out, we're telling the universe, I am worthy, I am love. And then that reflects more and more and more of that frequency of love in your reality. We already are all that. We're about releasing and allowing the distortions of the past to show us something about ourselves that we're denying. It's still all a gift. So beautiful card. What's the wisdom of that? Let's see here. The wisdom is High Priestess of Water. That's so funny, because this is the mystical. This is what remains hidden. We still hold all the answers within us. even though we might not be conscious when we're operating in this state, when we're allowing other people to take advantage of us, when we're doing for everybody else, when we're not taking care of our bodies, when we're not drinking enough water, when we're not maybe even spending money on the food that we know we need or the medicine or whatever. When you take action on loving yourself, the universe is going to back you up, back you up. That is self-acceptance, compassion, love, forgiveness, kindness. Be kind to yourself. How kind, I can use myself for an example. How kind have I been to myself in the past? I have been really ass shitty to myself. Now, I've always appreciated my spiritual part, my love, my higher insight, my spirituality. I always thought that was the most beautiful part of me, but I was still remaining kind of separate because I would critique my physical part, thinking I looked like crap, needed to lose weight, needed this, needed that, blah, 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 blah. I really critiqued my physical vessel, even though, and it's kind of ironic, because the most beautiful part of me was the non-physical. So I had that down, but I was unbalanced. I wasn't necessarily respecting my temple, my physical temple. So the high priestess here of water is showing us allowing those emotions of love, allowing yourself the guilt, the shame, whatever, the unworthiness, the lack of love to surface so that you can recognize it and infuse it with the love. But the high priestess is that information that we always hold, the secrets, the mysteries of life. When we soften up and open up, they come forth. When we love, it comes forth. When we allow, it comes forth. When we release the distortions, the thoughts, anything keeping us separate, then it can come forth. So we've always been a high priestess, whether you are male or female. It's those hidden energies. It's that knowing. It's the dream state. It's that person. It's that part of you that knows, the mystical part, and it's that goddess. I like to think of it as a goddess. So it's allowing the wisdom is allowing all of your emotions to flood you. Sometimes we don't want to accept or even feel what we feel about ourselves because it's painful. And it's about allowing those waters, allowing those emotions to show us something that was hidden. And this, if we cry and release the tears, oh my God. So this is another very powerful phrase that are in these messages, not this card, but other ones. Our tears are salve for the heart. So as we cry and release and acknowledge all that pain and let it flow, it's actually going to plump up our heart. And that is what the high priestess is representing of water. Oh, and that's going to create a new foundation. It's a 4, a new building block. And then the wisdom, you're waiting? Okay, hold on. No, wait for me. 27. Spark of divine. Holy shit, that's so beautiful. And this is what happens. We activate our own light. We become alive. When we release all of the hindrances, the densities, the emotions that have been holding us back, we create that space to come alive and then reflect that. So this is new beginning, the ending of cycles before we step into a new beginning. 27. That means cooperation and integration. The number 2, bringing together the marriage of their spiritual with the physical to be more powerful. But what is the base? What is the foundation of it? 7, our divinity, our heart, our God source energy within. It's about sparking that and then allowing that to take form. I reignite the divine spark within me and recognize I'm part of all creation. So it's about reactivating it. So all 3 of these cards basically is saying this is what we're coming out of. Loving oneself, allowing the waters of the high priestess to flood us, to nourish us, to be salve for that soul. And then we reignite the divinity that we are. We step into our power and we create and we manifest from this frequency, stepping us into this new beginning. These are so powerful. This is so beautiful. You guys are truly masters, because if you weren't, you would not be reflecting a message like this. This is showing a full cycle from not loving oneself to reigniting and remembering your natural self, who you are. It's like God being born. It's like the ugly duckling. I've always loved that tale. The ugly duckling doesn't know how beautiful. It doesn't know it's a beautiful swan. And even though it was, because it believed it wasn't, it kept creating a life that it wasn't. But then it recognized and finally saw its true reflection in the water. It's holy shit. I'm one of those beautiful elite birds. That's the journey we've been on, and we're ending as we step into that reflection of our divinity. How beautiful. So all this did was kind of confirm and affirm the beginning message. Gloated in spirit. Oh, gloated in spirit booted me. I can't hear a thing. Can you guys hear me? Can the rest of you hear me? Okay, I think you guys do. And it is, and thank you, Facebook users. And it's literally spring. 2027 is all about this. And that's a frequency, but we can live a frequency even before linear time because we're actually um, breaking free of linear time, and now it's a frequency. Remember, linear time is breaking down as we know it, and it's a frequency. So some people can ascend. That's why some people can be at a place or a certain level of development where others aren't, because everything is a frequency. So 2027 to me isn't just a date, because people have been projecting stuff through numbers and dates and timelines as we know it, but nothing is solid anymore. It's all frequency. Okay. So impatient. How's that reflecting me? My impatience. Um, I need to apologize for words. Ken, I was talking about words are powerful, and I keep using the word need or need. That's beautiful, but be gentle on yourself even in that. So you use the word need. That's okay. Be gentle. It's how we were taught. It's what we're programmed. The important thing is you are recognizing it. You're recognizing it. It's not about asking, telling you, and nobody needs to do anything anybody says. Yeah, don't apologize. No apologies necessary. So if you did that and you're aware of it, who cares? And not only that, you're reflecting that we do in an unconscious state, and you're conscious. So you just transmuted that energy. So thank you. It's stuff like that even. So we'll take a spiritual concept like that, and then we'll beat ourselves up or say, oh, I apologize, or I whatever for that. No, it is. You recognize it. Boom. And I haven't read what you wrote. So I haven't had enough to integrate all that I got. But today I shifted and changes into more. So it's always changing. And my perception understands. So like everything changes, seasons at all. I'll get a little more each day. I can't try to figure it out. No, 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 don't try to, because it's not going to be the same. Exactly. Every frequency is a new moment of us. It's a rebirth. Literally, every frequency, every activation, every insight, every understanding, we're automatically a new frequency. And that actually changes all time. We're not the same person from moment to moment to moment to moment. Everything will happen in due time. I speak about it. I was just so excited for myself. Oh my God, no, it's all so beautiful. And that's what we'll do. We'll be on a high flying horse in a good way. We're sparking, we're filled with insight and passion. And I've done this a gazillion times, Tamara. And share that on like I'll share something on Facebook, or I did a live. I'll re-listen when my frequency isn't matching, where it dipped. And I'll be so embarrassed. I'll tear the freaking thing down. I'll berate myself. I used to do that. Not now. Now I just accept. And now my frequency is more level. But yeah, don't do that to yourself. That is, you are playing out something perfect that all of us can relate and recognize. Because I used to do that, and I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking? I can't look at myself. I can't hear myself. Get that off. Delete. But it was because I was high flying and in a good vibe when I delivered it. And then I sunk back down to a lower frequency. And then I was looking through that frequency eyes. We all do that. And now it's about becoming more level. Oh my God. So beautiful, Tamara. All right. Aloha. Oh my God. Look at that name, guys. Look at that. All right, guys. All right, guys. All right, so I assume nobody manifested. Don't sent a donation. Let me know if you did. Otherwise, I am going to hop off. It's a planetary shift happening of consciousness. Yes, absolutely. And we came for this planetary shift. And we came as masters, as master light blasters. We allow the darkness to activate our light. It operates as one. It's no longer separate. We're taking everything in the sense that it is created by God for us to use up. And as we use it up, we clear space and opening for higher frequencies, and we are shifting so quickly, so quickly. Every frequency is literally a new you. You are new. You are born again. Because within that frequency, within that activation, you've also activated other parts of you on other timelines and opened up them. And so you're not only gaining the wisdom in the now, you're gaining the wisdom of all the other multi selves that are feeding you right now through all your portals, through your light, through your DNA, through your activating. Does that make sense? What a beautiful Sunday empowering message. And if it's not empowering, and if it doesn't feel good, most likely it's not truth. Okay? Because love is liberating, it's freeing, it's not judging, it's not criticizing, it's not belittling, it's not humbling you in an artificial way. It's like the perfect balance of humility, humility and pride would be you're so ecstatic and happy and dumbfounded by in that awe of what you're becoming and your light and your beauty and your wisdom and your knowledge, and it's energetic that you're connecting to, but you're also appreciating the outside. And someone might say, well, gee, she's proud. But no, because in the awe of it, that is where the humility is. That's where true humbleness is. You are at awe at the creator source energy working through you. Exclaim it, proclaim it, be proud of it, shine it. But when we diminish that and say, oh, I shouldn't have done that, or what was I thinking, or whatever, we diminish that God's power within us. So the part about being humble is like, oh my God, I just can't believe it. I can't believe what's coming through me. Not because of the ego and not because of your own control, but because of what you're allowing in that God source energy within you. That's what we're proclaiming. That love, that light, that unconditional love. So beautiful. It's a beautiful day every day. Yes, it's a beautiful day. And I'm thinking of you too now. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Don't let it get away. And then it's touch me. Take me to that higher place. I'm just thinking of the words. And then I'm just gonna cry. So I'll just shut the F up right now. But yeah, basically it's a beautiful day. Don't let it get away. Touch me, take me to that higher place. And that higher place is that frequency. It's the embodying of that light. Every day is beautiful when you're seeing through God eyes, God mind, God ears, because you are God. All right. I'll pass the 2027 planetary shift of consciousness link. It's awesome because so many people know it coming. Awesome. And when more people are focused on an intent or an event, it does make it that much more powerful because as we believe, we create it. It's through the belief that we create that manifest form of it, that event. Just like so many people believe in certain things, Christmas, well, that brings out a lot of love. Usually people are nicer, their miracles happen, and everyone's focused on that same energy. It feels good. Certain astrological stuff or events or birthday, like when you have a collective focus, and that's what groups are about as well, guys. That's what the Master Light Blaster group is about, especially, well, not especially, but for me, when you bring an intentional focus and belief to something, you create that. You create it. And then where two or more are gathered, that energy exponentiates. So thank you, Christy, for that. And yes, I would love to read that. Oh, Facebook, LOL is Gina Palazzo now. I think we have a couple of them. I think Tamara was a Facebook user and Gina. I like it. Mystery women. All right, guys. All right, guys. So if anybody ever does want a personal reading, watching now or later and other, wherever this gets shared out, just text me and I can create a video for you as well. I always do personals as well. And if you're interested in participating in the Master Light Blaster group, I will send the information in a comment as well. Oh, and what I wanted to share about the Master Light Blaster group. So our newest member was questioning me. She didn't quite understand it. And this is beautiful, guys. So for those that might be interested, or even those who are in it, another way to understand it is life is always a journey. So it's different than a class. It's an ongoing, expansive group of allowing more and more and more of ourself. And it's also giving up freedom to spirit and what wants to come through. So it really, really releases the sense of control and planning. Our intent is to be all that we're meant to be and to bring forth an anchor in heaven on earth and to allow spirit to navigate that journey. But that journey never, ever, ever ends. So it's not like a class where you're getting just some information, then you get it and go, even though you can. Even whenever you tune into anyone's reading, you can do that. But the understanding of the Master Light Blaster group, as it is revealed to me, even through communicating with a fellow member, is that it is a journey and that journey never ends. And it's an opportunity to allow more and more of you, to embody more and more of you. And that is where your mastery lies. The more you embody, the more master you become. But it's through energy more than the physical, even though you are required to follow through with physical effort. But it's allowing spirit to take the lead in removing the limitations of the ego, even though the ego has its place too. But the ego is also evolving in the process. So I thought that was really beautiful. Linda helped me to understand that just through writing. And writing is really important, guys, because it creates it fills in the gap of the mind and the heart. And then you can elaborate more and things will hit you as you're writing or texting. So if you guys haven't or aren't journaling, that's another way to anchor in that energy, but not just anchoring it, but to keep it expansive. It's Facebook sounds going on. It's where we went in on either Temple of the Sun or Master Light Blasters group. I'm not sure. Um, we are at the temple right now. Oh, I'm on StreamYard, so I'm StreamYarding to Masters group, Temple of the Sun, and YouTube. All right, guys. May you all shine on this beautiful Sunday. Let your light infuse every day to be that beautiful day, because when you see it through the eyes of your sun, your heart, you do see it through God eyes, which everything is love. Everything is perfect as it is. May you all shine with the entirety of all the love and light that you are.